Hello audience, I'm a reporter with the Celestial Times magazine, and we're here at the old retirement home for old gods, and we're trying to get some stories on how the gods' lives progressed. We'll talk to this one right here. Hello? I'm Lisa with Celestial Times magazine. We'd like to do an interview with you.
Oh. Okay.
What's your name?
My name is, what was it again? Izanagi, that's right. I'm a little slow. Pardon my slowness.
I want to hear your story.
Okay.
Would you tell us?
What would you like to know?
Let's see. So what are you known for?
As far as I can remember, I think people generally associate me with the creation of Japan. Yeah, I believe that's it.
And what did you do in Japan?
I made Japan.
Oh, you made Japan. And what possessed you to do that?
Oh my. Yeah, that was actually a request from a nice old fellow we like to call God on High.
Hey, Izanagi, I have a task for you.
Yes, God on High.
Things are kind of boring. So I want you to go over the Celestial Sea by the Celestial Bridge with a Celestial Sphere and go stir up some stuff up.
Okay. Okay, so at the Celestial Sea, I got Heaven's Spear. Heaven's Spear, yeah. Let's just get this over with. Okay. Roll the sea. I don't even know a stirring song. Whoa. We just made an island.
All right. So what did all you do afterwards?
Let's see. We kind of decided to name this newfound pile of dirt Onagra, and my wife and I just kind of sat there doing random stuff afterwards.
Such as?
Well,
So what do we do now?
let's build a tower and dedicate it to the heavens.
So now what?
Let's walk across the entire island back to the same spot. Well, this journey is long.
So now what?
Then what did y'all do?
Well, my wife and I looked at each other and we kind of noticed we were strangely shaped compared to ourselves.
And?
Well, my wife suggested we experiment a little bit.
Ready? Start.
So what was the result?
Well, my wife ended up giving birth to a leech.
What?
Yeah, we were surprised too. So then we went back to God on High and we asked him, hey dude, what happened? And he's like, yeah, this happened because your wife suggested the experiment. What? Okay. So we ended up just repeating the same experiment with just the other way around.
What?
Yeah.
Make it look
So, in conclusion, you're a lot tougher than I am.
Was it a better result this time?
Yeah, my wife ended up, she started to give birth to dirt, rocks, islands, spirits, other gods, the works.
Who was your last child?
Kagosuchi.
What was that like?
Oh boy. Okay, I get guys asking me this all the time. It's like, hey, Izanagi, what was it like when your wife gave birth to your last child? And I literally reply to them, I don't care how scary it was when your wife gave birth, but when you're sitting there at the Celestial Hospital, and your wife is splayed there in front of the Celestial Doctor, and the doctor says push, and she does, and all of a sudden, boom! Flames spewing everywhere. It's fire, blue, green, purple, white. The doctor gets charcoal, my wife gets fried extra crispy, and out comes this flaming baby. That's scary, man. Or woman.
So, well, how do you feel about the death of your wife?
Well, I was a little upset, but I had to be strong, so I was. Why? She's gone.
What did you do afterwards?
Well, I then found out that my wife was located in the underworld, so I decided to pay her a visit and bring her back with me. But when I ran into her, she was veiled, and she told me she needed to get permission from the gods of the underworld. And then she made me promise to wait for her.
Did you keep the promise?
Well, I intended to, but I ended up feeling lonely, so I decided to sneak back into the underworld and get a peek at her face. Oh, I'm so glad I can see her. Oh my God!
So were you shocked when you saw her face?
Of course I was. I mean, just look at her.
Right.
Was she angry that you broke your promise?
Of course she was.
What did you do?
I stood my ground.
Right.
So what did you do afterwards?
Well, strangest thing really, I went to take a bath, and as I was taking a bath, I ended up finding out that apparently my nose and my eyeballs can give birth. Really strange.
So what did you name these children?
Well, I named my daughter Amaterasu. I named the eldest boy Sakuki, and I named the younger boy Susanoo.
What were they like?
Well, Sakuki, I decided to designate him rule over the knights. He was really well tempered. He was really well behaved. I rarely had any problems with him. He was a really good boy. I liked him. Amaterasu, she was very creative. I designated her rule over the earth. And what she liked to do is she went down to Japan and she started building civilization, teaching people how to irrigate, grow crops. She really wanted to help better man down there. And then we have Susanoo. Boy, did this boy have temper problems. I'm not kidding. We designated him God of the Storm. And this boy had a thing for his sister. Everything that his sister made, he would come by with a monsoon or a tsunami or an earthquake and just blow it on over. Yeah, wow, it was really, yeah.
So what happened as a result?
Well, eventually Susanoo had been picking on his sister so much that Amaterasu eventually said, forget this, I'm done building stuff and then you coming around. And then this woman decided to go into a cave and shut herself in this cave with a boulder.
How do you all resolve it?
Well, what happened was because Amaterasu had been shut herself in the cave, all the land decided to go dark. It's like someone just took the sun and blotched it out with ink or something. Yeah, we'll go with ink. And people, I was getting complaints all the time from people down there. It's like, our crops are dying, we're dying, it's dark, I'm afraid of the dark. And so we had a huge problem on our hands. So what we did is we got together and we threw a big party right outside of this cave. And eventually she got interested in all the merriment we were having, and she came out.
So what happened afterwards?
Well, Amaterasu came out, and we ended up throwing Susanoo in front of her, and they decided to, they made amends. We were really happy because Amaterasu was actually glad to be outside again, and the two siblings got friendly again. Granted, it was really strange because as reconciliation, they gave gifts to each other. Amaterasu gave Susanoo a sword, and Susanoo gave Amaterasu a necklace, and they decided to have kids with those items. Don't ask.
So would you say there's any valuable lessons you learned from your experience?
Valuable lessons, let's see. Yeah, I've got two valuable lessons that I can give you. One for the boys. For all the boys out there, be nice to the women in your lives. Because let me tell you something, a pissed off woman is bad for all of us. It is not good juju. And for the ladies out there, when the time in your life comes that you decide to give birth, do not give birth to a flaming baby. A flaming baby is bad. Okay? Your appearance changes and you become very moody. It's not good for us.
Okay, well, I think that will conclude our interview for today. Thank you for your time. It was nice.
That was really strange.
I have to press harder. Okay.
Hi, audience. I'm a reporter with the Celestial Times magazine. Memorize this part. Hello, audience. I'm here at the old...
We're never gonna get done with this crap. Start all over. What?
Whole thing? Each one?
Quiet.
You ready? Then what did y'all do?
Well, crap.
Then what did y'all do?
Well, my wife and I, we kind of looked at each other and noticed we were oddly shaped compared to the other. And my wife then suggested we experiment a little bit.
Oh, shoot. I didn't play cartoons. So was she angry that you broke the promise?
Of course she was.
Cut it. Wait a minute. I'm going to do that. La, 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 la.